Hello friends, we are again continuing the second part of the brasinosteroid, and there are some part is missing in the brasinosteroid part, that is the signaling part. And before going to start the signaling, there are some terms we have to know about. We use some of the short forms of this signaling, that is like BR1, BR1, BRI1, BKI1, BKI1, BIN2, and BSU1, and the brasinosteroid insensitive one, and the brasinosteroid insensitive one associated receptor kinase, and brasinosteroid insensitive one kinase inhibitor. And from here we can easily say that it is inhibiting the factor from signaling. And the BIN2 is another part which help inside the nucleus to activate or inactivate the transcription factor. And BR1 uh, BR1 suppressor, that is BSU1, that is BR1 suppressor. BSU1 is the part that stop the inhibitor. They stop or inhibit the inhibitor. So we can say from here that here is a very simplified picture from where you can easily say that in absence of brasinosteroid, in where there is no brasinosteroid, that BKI1 part and BRI1 part, the first and third part remain attached, but the kinase part is remain detached from the brasinosteroid insensitive one. That's why they cannot stop the BIN2, and the transcription factor remain inactivated by the BIN2. So the signaling cannot be occurs in this phase. But in presence of brasinosteroid, when the brasinosteroid are present, so plus signal is here and here is minus signal. In presence of brasinosteroid, the BKI1 part or the inhibitor part remain dissociated from or remain separated from the insensitive one part, and the insensitive part of brasinosteroid remain attached with the associated receptor kinase part, and they stop the BIN2 part. BIN2 is nothing but the brasinosteroid insensitive 2, which in the first page we have seen that they inhibit the transcription factor. They remain inactive by the BIN2, and the transcription factor now activated. So from these small and simplified pictures of BRI signaling path, we can easily say that the main inhibitor attaches with the insensitive part 1 of brasinosteroid in absence of brasinosteroid, but when brasinosteroid is present, they remain dissociated from or remain separated from the insensitive part 1. So the kinase part remain attached with the insensitive part 1, and which inactivate the insensitive part 2. So the BSU2 suppressor, the BSU1 remain activated and inhibiting the BRI1, where here BKI1 is remain inactivated by BSU1. So we can easily say that they inactivate the BKI1 part. So the transcription factor remain activated. But uh, before we before we complete the discussion, I want to tell you one thing, that if outside part is cytoplasm and inner part is nucleus, we have seen many where the phosphorylated part is the activated part, but the non-phosphorylated part is the inactivated part. But here is another factor, that is BZR1. When BZR1 is phosphorylated, they remain inactivated. The opposite thing how occurs here, and they sent outside from the nucleus, but when they are getting dephosphorylated, and the dephosphorylated part getting inside the nucleus and activate the transcription factor genes, and the transcription factor genes now activated and transcription occurs and brassinosteroid remain activated. So we can say the BR signaling chain dephosphorylated the cytoplasmic BZR1 part, and the BZR1 phosphorylated, which then migrates into the nucleus where it enables the transcription of BR sensitive genes. But the protein BIN2 phosphorylates the BZR1. Here the phosphorylation occurs, and the phosphorylation is done by the BIN2 protein, and BIN2 protein phosphorylates the BZR1 and migrate back into the cytoplasm where the phosphorylation occurred, and we can say here the BIN2 phosphorylate the BZR1. When the phosphorylation become completed, they migrate outside the cytoplasm, they migrate back into the cytoplasm, thus the inhibiting transcription. So we can easily say the BIN2 here they play a major role in the signaling pathway, and BR signaling may also enhance the transcription by blocking the BIN2. If BIN2 is become blocked by the BRI1 or BK1 part as shown in here in this picture, so we can easily say that the BZR1 part, if phosphorylated, they remain inactive and they are migrate back to the cytoplasm. If they are not phosphorylated or they are dephosphorylated, when they are dephosphorylated, when BIN2 cannot phosphorylate them, so they can easily enter into the nucleus and they activate the transcription factor gene, enter into the nucleus where it enables the transcription of the BR sensitive gene. So the BR signaling chain is the main part. So from where we can, it is clear to all of us that the signaling of brassinosteroid is very much important, and we have already discussed here. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, please click the like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Good night, friends.